For over 3 centuries, an unthinkable tragedy unfolded. Millions of Africans were forcibly torn from their homes, their families, and everything they knew. They were packed into the dark, suffocating holds of ships, chained together like cargo, and transported across the vast Atlantic. This wasn't just a journey. It was the beginning of a systematic process to strip them of their very humanity. From the moment they were captured, they were no longer seen as people. Were treated as property, mere objects to be bought, sold, and brutally exploited for profit. The legal systems of the time were built to reinforce this cruelty. Laws were created that denied them any basic rights, any shred of dignity. If an enslaved woman gave birth, her child was automatically born into slavery, ensuring this cycle of bondage would continue, erasing entire generations of freedom and identity before they even had a chance to exist. The violence was constant and horrifying. Physical brutality was a daily reality, a tool used to maintain control and instill fear. Branding irons seared flesh, marking people like livestock. The crack of the whip was a constant threat, a punishment for the smallest perceived infraction. Their bodies were pushed to the breaking point with relentless back-breaking labor under the harshest conditions. They were seen as nothing more than commodities, and their spirits were targets for systematic destruction. But the assault on their humanity went far beyond physical violence. Oppressors actively worked to erase their culture, the very essence of who they were. African languages were forbidden. Their rich spiritual traditions and religions were suppressed and demonized. The names given to them by their parents were stolen and replaced with new ones. Every tradition, every song, every story was a form of resistance, and so they were forbidden. The goal was clear: to sever their connection to their heritage, to their past, and to convince the world, and perhaps even themselves, that they were less than human. This dehumanization was propped up by a mountain of lies. So-called science and racist propaganda were used to create and spread a false narrative. They concocted theories that Africans were somehow naturally suited for servitude, that they were intellectually inferior, and that they were incapable of self-governance or freedom. This dangerous ideology wasn't just an opinion, it became the justification for centuries of unimaginable cruelty. It was the lie that allowed societies to build their wealth on the backs of enslaved people. Yet, in the face of this relentless oppression, the human spirit refused to be extinguished. Enslaved Africans resisted in countless ways, both big and small. They held onto their culture in secret, humming ancient melodies while they worked, weaving traditional patterns into their crafts. When telling their children the stories of their ancestors in hushed tones, they created new forms of expression, like spiritual songs of sorrow, hope, and coded messages of freedom. Their humanity could not be erased. The legacy of this dehumanization has left deep and painful scars on history that are still felt today. But the incredible strength, the unwavering resilience, and the enduring humanity of those who suffered through it tell a powerful story. It's a testament to a fundamental truth that slavery, for all its brutality, could never truly destroy. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing for more deep dives into our shared history.